Hello, my name is Libby Hubbard, and I'll be presenting this slideshow, The Moshiach, Madness, and Future Studies. Our times demand we question reality and its definition of what it means to be sane. Since 1945, the world has been on the verge of nuclear annihilation and abrupt climate catastrophe, which indicates a collective insanity. Peace activist Medea Benjamin writes, "Just think of the tragic, unbearable irony. The Israeli government, founded in the aftermath of the Holocaust, is now building a massive concentration camp for an entire population. Inside the Star of David, the symbol of Israel, lies a grave site at a Nazi concentration camp, surrounded by the ruins of Gaza. Murder in a house in a northern kibbutz close to the Hamas stronghold in Gaza, juxtaposed with an injured boy in Gaza. Eye for an eye, and the whole world dies." War corporations make fortunes on their weapons of mass destruction and surveillance technologies. Disaster nationalism and disaster capitalism thrive on war and genocide. A 4-year-old girl dies of famine as the IDF bombs World Central Kitchen relief food vans. We have witnessed the failure of the World Court to end the suffering, and international law has been impotent to bring about justice. International Criminal Court arrest warrants for Israel and Hamas war figures. Instead of mapping a way out of climate change, the American empire continues to wage war. On June 22, 2025, the United States launched strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. The Iranians were not breaking international law by enriching uranium used for nuclear power production. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are figures described in the book of Revelation in the New Testament. They are typically defined as conquest, war, famine, and death. The specific color of the horse represents a catastrophic event or force. The 4 horsemen have morphed into drone warfare and its Armageddon software. The UN estimates that approximately 92% of all residential buildings in Gaza, around 436,000 homes, have been damaged or destroyed. The Moses commandment of "thou shalt not kill" goes unheeded as humanity moves towards climate apocalypse. The Cave of Apocalypse on the Greek island of Patmos was where the Apostle John wrote the book of Revelation. Amidst the chaos of industrial civilization, a new order arises when the Jewish Moshiach appears. The technology to build a sustainable New Jerusalem of renewable energies as a model for the world is now possible. As the Israeli government commits moral suicide of genocide, where is the Moshiach? As Jews were led into the Nazi gas chambers, some of them sang, "I believe with perfect faith that the Messiah will come, and even though he may be tarry, I will wait for him whenever he comes." Zachary Greenberg, also known as Tzaddik, entered the Jewish seminary at Columbia and the rabbinical school in Jerusalem. He felt it was his sacred duty to fulfill the Jewish prophecy by stepping into the role of the Jewish Messiah. As he matured, his worldview became greater than Judaism. It was for the creation of global justice and world peace. In Judaism, the term Tzaddik refers to a righteous individual and spiritual leader. He saw himself as an integral part of the New Earth movement. His vision was to foster an environment where whole Earth unification could emerge. Tzaddikk's brother Isaac, pictured on the left, writes, "We were both the peacemakers in the family. I had a weapon, and he planned spiritual events. I went overseas to fight an adversary, while he gathered people to fight for a cause that would heal the world. He wanted everyone to get along, regardless of religion, race, creed, etc. Ultimate peace was his goal, and he lived his life with love." His brother is dressed in a combat uniform for battles in Desert Storm. Isaac wrote a letter to the FBI warning them about Tzaddik. Tzaddik was part of a public launch of One Nation, a new political party. Its goal was to transcend us versus them politics and serve as a political vehicle to bring an all-win paradigm into government. In the picture to the left, Tzaddik is kneeling beside one of his mentors, the futurist Barbara Marx Hubbard, whose own messianic vision was based on what she called the evolved person, Homo Universalis. Inspired by Barbara Marx Hubbard's wheel of co-creation, Tzaddik changed it for his Earthwalk global platform for healing the world. In 2011, Tzaddik and his team transformed a sports arena into a ritual space, creating a labyrinth made of 200 straw bales. During the event, people sang, danced, ran, or walked through the evolutionary spiral. On the left side is a picture of the eye contact experiment, which occurred outside of the downtown Tucson Public Library. It was an experiment to stare into another's eyes until only the essence of the human is revealed, stripping away prejudice and biases. One of his organizing efforts was Planet Coexist, which aimed to move beyond traditional religious mythologies that divided the world, fostering a global perspective based on universal love. Tzaddik took a leadership role in the local social movement to expand Reed Park in central Tucson. The movement wanted the city to add land to the park by taking over an underutilized public golf course for more general use. In response to the Me Too women's movement, Tzaddik founded the Me3 movement. He felt it was important to include the masculine element in the discussion on sexual abuse. He wanted Me3 to heal all parties involved, the victim, the rescuer, and the perpetrator. The values he cherished were peace, love, connecting with others, and environmental awareness. Tzaddikk's post on Instagram: "When we attack the feminine, in essence, we are attacking where we came from. Why are we so ashamed and or afraid of where we came from? Tzaddik was a presenter on several online conferences, including this one on the divine masculine and feminine rising. Tzaddik embraced heteroflexibility, and he wasn't interested in a traditional marriage. He writes, I am ready for my love tribe. I'm not interested in marrying myself off to one mystical individual. I am interested in weaving my life with a sacred coven of individuals dedicated to love itself. We place love at the center of all things, not each other. We serve each other and love each other, but only as love would do infinite unfolding of life. I want a coven of love dedicated to peace on this most precious, amazing planet. I want to bring up kids with the tribe, not with one. I want a whole system, a love system. During COVID, he advocated for medical freedom, allowing individuals to choose their COVID prevention and care. He sat out on a journey from Phoenix, Arizona to Washington, D.C. to ring Liberty bells in front of Capitol buildings as a symbol of American freedom. Along the way, he rang 9 Liberty bells. Tzaddik, in the role of the Messiah, had plans on what it would take to reorganize the world order to align with justice. He called for a world congress of world peace and freedom. He describes his system of power as moving from a corporate centralized megasystem that hoards wealth and power to a holarchy, a sovereign system of interdependence, love, and prosperity for all. The last time I saw Tzaddik was in a park in Tucson after he arrived back from Washington, D.C. He was offering people who signed up for his newsletter his cryptocurrency, which he called Soul, or Sparks of Love. Soul would have the potential to end global poverty with the creation of a universal basic income. His project, Planet Coexist, was about building bridges in Israel to overcome the struggle between the Palestinians and the Israelis by discovering common ground. Tzaddik writes about his vision of the United Empire of Universalis. He writes, the new Holy Land, this time, rather than picking a small little chunk of land and creating an exclusive club of the chosen, we're going to make the entire world holy and invite everyone. Classified as mentally ill for delusions of messiahship, he was institutionalized for mental illness until he began organizing patients to attend his group sessions. Then the hospital officials kicked him out into the streets. For him, Western psychiatry was not a help for mental illness, but a hindrance to real healing. He writes, they lock people up like me and label us crazy because they are small-minded and afraid of their infinite and eternal natures. Tzaddik writes, Dear humanity, I love you. I do. And if we're going to make this work, we have some really important things to talk about as a global family. Would you please join us for a conversation and process of healing? Signed, The Enterprise of Love. The image on the right is the last profile picture Tzaddik posts on Facebook. We are energy, and energy never dies. Similar to the Albert Einstein quote, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. At the age of 46, Tzaddik opened a canister of helium gas in a closed car overlooking the Potomac River while texting his brother goodbye. He was returning to love. The Greenberg family had an Orthodox Jewish burial for Tzaddik. It has been said that when a Tzaddik dies, it is to atone for the people. His planet coexist partner beamed in his testimony from Israel. The Jewish faith has lost a much-needed spiritual leader with a vision that embraced the whole world. Tzaddik did not receive the acknowledgement needed to fulfill his inner need to be a Jewish Messiah, with the political ability to unite nations to work as one to solve such critical issues as species extinction, global climate change, poverty, the abolition of nuclear weapons, and to stop the genocide in Gaza. And so he faced an identity crisis that took his life. If he were the chosen Jewish Moshiach, witnessing the moral suicide of Israel through its genocide of Gaza, is it any mystery why he would kill himself?